Welcome to That Pony Show, the weekly show where we talk about that pony show. This week we're talking about the Hooffields and the McColts. Pretty much just ponified version of the age-old warring families cliche story thing. This week, my name is Modified Thunderbirds. I am joined by...
Matty Bobo.
And smooth sailing.
And this week we have like I said, a classic story of two warring families that are at each other's throats, trying to destroy each other for who knows whatever reason. And now we have a...
Because the Hooffields are such deplorable human beings.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Sure.
Deplorable. Assuming anyone with that accent would say the word deplorable ever.
I don't know.
Assuming, man, I made a lot of assumptions when I said this half of the season was amazing, because these last two episodes had been,
Hey, this one was kind of good.
It was better than last week's.
I think I preferred
This one was
last
a
week's
good
more than this week.
episode.
I definitely didn't prefer. I think our episode on last week's episode showed that we didn't care about last week's episode.
Yeah. Last week was a good episode that we did. It was a good episode.
That we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a good episode of the show, though.
Yeah. So, brief little thing opening up. It's the fact that Fluttershy's got a book club with her pets, and she's got to be pulled away from it. Oh no. It's a terrible thing. We need this reinforced about the fact that Fluttershy likes the animals, and this is what she was doing.
Man, I've been doing a lot.
Wait, Maddie, help me out here real quick. Did she seem destroyed and sad?
Nah.
Because I'm pretty sure she wasn't. She was like, oh, I can help out.
No, I think she was more like, okay. Well, I mean, I'll go do this then.
I mean, she was upset that she couldn't do the things with her animal friends, but she was like, "Oh, but I'm still doing something important, so I'll be right back, guys. Don't worry."
Yeah, just don't start without me.
Yeah. And then Angel Bunny starts without her?
Well, she didn't actually say don't start without me. She was probably just like, yeah, I'll be back. And then I also like how she comes back, and then she actually shuts the door. Because a lot of shows, they'd be gone. But I like how she came back and actually shut their door.
Yeah. That was quite nice.
Because Fluttershy is pretty good. I'm really liking Fluttershy.
So, she gets to Twilight's house.
Just wife.
She gets to Twilight's house, and Twilight is, at this part, pardon the pun, but chomping at the bit about the fact that she gets to go off and go and do a friendship problem thing, because she's Alicorn Princess of Friendship, and she gets to go solve a friendship problem, so she's just raring to go. She's like, yes, finally,
she's
my
been
time.
She's been very excited to solve friendship problems this entire season. She's shown it multiple times, like, whenever anyone else was called up by the map, she would be like, oh, man.
Oh, man.
Spoiler alert, when she finally does get to go on one after all of this anticipation, she's the one that learns, not the others.
Spoiler alert, Twilight actually ruins more lives than she helps.
Spoiler alert, she's actually really bad at, being the princess of friendship.
Spoilers that come at, no surprise to anybody. I'm pretty sure everybody going into this story, the minute Twilight was like, oh yeah, I've been researching ever since the map called us, it was like, wait, nope, she's going to completely and not help at all. And just cause more problems. Okay, alright. Glad we're, I don't know, progressing?
Also, we saw something amazing happen in this episode. The invention of the Trojan horse.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
The Trojan cake.
Yeah, it was interesting. I actually really liked this episode. I liked that part of the episode. The warring factions thing, I just really hated it because it's so... They're factions at this point.
Okay.
Because it's very boring. Because the obvious answer is obvious. They just need to talk to each other. And I already knew, as soon as, they did the one thing, so why are you mad at them? Because they did the thing. And it's like, alright, so...
They know what they did. They know what they did.
So neither of them know...
Neither
of them actually know what they did.
They're just hating each other for the sake of hating each other.
It's actually kind of an interesting psychology experiment tech, to grow up around an environment that teaches you to hate someone without telling you why. You'll just develop a hatred for someone without knowing why.
Hmm. It's like the whole. It's like the monkeys who had a. It's like the 5 monkeys with the ladder in the middle of the room that led up to like a bunch of bananas.
Yeah, and it's like the soon as someone tried to break that trend, everyone betrayed them.
There's probably an
Yeah,
actual
because
name for that, but
yeah, I
don't
know.
what it was.
I just can't remember it right now.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever known what that experiment was called.
Yeah.
Point being, though, that's you don't even know why you don't go for the bananas anymore. You just know that if you try, you'll get beat up. So if someone tries, beat them up.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's an interesting psychology experiment.
Yeah. But when it comes to ponies, that just
But when it comes as a narrative to a story,
it's like, okay, I got
it's
it.
not very interesting.
Okay, I got it.
How so?
It
Why
just-
isn't that interesting? This is like real psychological stuff that happens, not just with freaking animals, but with real people.
the concept behind it is interesting. I guess, yeah. Okay, the concept behind the story is interesting. I like the concept here. I feel like the execution was poor because
I think
I didn't feel invested at all. I
Yeah,
personally,
because you knew exactly what the solution was from the start.
yeah, which
well,
I know
in
it's
this
kid
case
show.
at least, it was a different solution. Like, I don't think it's ever been, oh, the animals are really the reason that we should stop fighting.
Well, no,
or
the animals are just a new
nature.
invention of the answer. They're
Well,
just they're a recreation of the answer. The answer is
Yeah,
Wait,
they're just a
if it was-
catalyst.
yeah, they're just. It could have been a history book. The animals could have just been a history book.
Well, yeah, I get that, but it's the fact that nature is the thing that they stop fighting because of. It may be
Well, it was
whatever
more
triggered to
nature's
the solution, but
nature's guilt, but
well, nature's guilt, nature's action, whatever. It's the fact that normally it's in the case of maybe like let's say Romeo and Juliet, the reason the two families may or may not have stopped fighting, I don't actually remember, was because of like two members of each family was like, oh, we're actually going to get together and love each other despite our families. This one is
well,
fucking stop, you're ruining this place that is really super nice and we don't like you for it. And it's like, oh shit, we are. And they actually like look around themselves.
But that's the same thing.
Well, yeah, it is the same thing,
Just-
but it's two separate
it's
things.
just a different. It's you just change the name.
No,
Same result. You just change the name.
yeah, it's the same result, but it's a different catalyst for that result. I'm saying you don't see a lot of okay, two families are fighting, and it's often a individual or another character within that story, not nature itself being what brings these two families to stop fighting.
Spoiler alert. This episode is not Romeo and Juliet at
Well,
all. They do not end the same way. That is not the same result at all in the
I
slightest.
would have loved it if a duck and a tortoise were like, oh, happy dagger, please sheathe yourself under my feathered wings and find your home in my heart. Oh no, duck, my love, I apothecary poison turtle. That
Well, no, shouldn't it be
fuck, I
poison?
actually want that now.
Shouldn't it
Shit.
be fake? Shouldn't it be like fake poison, then dagger poison?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
because
fake.
it's like she fakes her death, and he's like, "Oh, fucking shit, brah. My
He
wife."
takes the poison
actually
and then
dead.
dagger.
Well,
And then Shakespeare's like, you know what? Someone has to actually die for real. Because reasons.
lol. How about two people die for real then?
Freaking.
Oh wait, no.
Oh, spoilers! Romeo and Juliet die at the end of Romeo.
Isn't
and
it that?
What?
Isn't it that Juliet?
What?
Whatever
Yeah.
it is.
And then
Point
doesn't Romeo
being-
show up with like the poison, and then he
Yeah.
he
Of
drinks
course.
it,
Upon hearing that Romeo or Juliet has died because of the fake poison, on his way he stops by the apothecary to get an actual poison. He takes the poison at her funeral after everybody's
And she
gone.
wakes up and she's all like, "Lol, I'm fine," and he's all like, "Lol, no."
Dead.
Yeah, he's actually dead. And when she takes her dagger and stabs herself.
Oh, I thought she drank the poison as well.
No, there was no poison left. She stabs herself.
Yeah, he freaking.
Oh,
happy
is that
dagger.
why some people romanticize it with her kissing him and then getting the poison off his lips or something?
Yes, that is why she kisses.
And
him.
Romeo and Juliet ended a little dramatically.
Yeah, it's fucking high school bullshit. They're like 12 in that story anyway. So either way, beside that point, we're not talking about Shakespeare. We're talking about.
Well, I mean,
Devin
we might
Cody
as well
and-
be talking about Shakespeare. I mean, it is My Little Pony. Friendship is magic.
I mean, it needs to be performed in the world's
And
theater.
from a few things I heard a while ago, is Shakespeare was a hack. He had ghostwriters and shit.
I don't know. Either way, this pony episode though, I don't know. I like the scenery. I like the location where they go, like the Smoky Mountains or whatever.
I don't know. I guess I just wasn't too. I liked the scene where it showed the differing families like building up the mountain while throwing shit at each other. But like the Smoky Mountains, my original idea was when they showed the Smoky Mountains, it was gonna be like what are they called? It was from mythology, and sirens would live within them, and they were mountains who just smashed together and crushed ships in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but that's
And like the siren song would pull you in, and then you'd get crushed to death by the mountains.
I thought the siren song was all about to freaking get people too close to jagged rocks jutting out of the ocean, and then they just crashed into those.
It's mythology. It differs.
Yeah.
I've never heard anything about freaking rocks. I've never heard anything about the Earth just closing in and just like freaking.
If I remember correctly, like when I originally heard the idea, I thought of like two mountains just like slamming together really quick and then pulling apart. But no, apparently it's just like they slowly like move in on you like a mirage.
Well, because ships can't sail that fast. And actually, now that I remember it, it's because there were two paths that Jason and the Argonauts could have gone on, and they decided to go the route of the sirens. They seemed like the lesser of two evils. Anyway, back to the ponies, though.
No, we need to talk more about mythology.
We'll make a second
We need to talk more about psychology.
No, you need to talk about ponies.
Why not the psychology of mythology?
No.
Now you see.
No.
Now
We
you
get
see,
it.
if Zeus could just keep his dick in his pants.
Zeus just wanted to fuck everything. Let's move on.
Now you see. The reason.
Everything but his mother, blowing Freud's brain apart.
Anyway. So, I don't know. It was a nice thing to think about also that there was the one family that was really good at farming and the one family that was really good at building, so to speak, to kind of show the duality of the two things. Almost sort of like a homage to the Civil War, how the Confederacy was a more agricultural based societies, while the Union was more infrastructure and buildings and factories. Yeah, urbanized. I kind of like that, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah. I mean, like, as soon as, like, I already knew right away that was going to be the gimmicks of the two factions. Is the ones who were throwing all the food are probably going to have a surplus of food. And then,
Well,
like,
of course. They freaking say. That's a freaking giant cue for it.
yeah.
They make you think about that early on, so when you notice it, you're like, oh, hey, look, they have more food. Oh, hey, look, they're not throwing food because they'd had to go get their food in a wagon that was broken down. Wait, they're throwing hay and stuff like that.
Which, by
And
the
not their
way,
precious food,
Also-
which they can't grow themselves.
Speaking of throwing hay, 3 more dead horses. Hay
Yeah,
does
honestly.
not just land on you and you're just fine. Hay is very heavy, people.
yeah,
Don't throw hay at people.
whole barrels of it.
Bales.
Barrels
Barrels of hay.
Bales of hay.
Bales of hay. They're in
Bales
bales,
of hay.
not barrels.
Bales. bagels.
Bagels of hay.
Bagels of hay. That's it. Anyway, yeah. I mean,
Like, I know most of my issues with this episode is just I wanted more from it, but it wasn't bad. I just didn't like it.
it was conceptually a story that we've heard 1,000 times, but a interesting way of looking at it through the characters of ponies.
Yeah, I guess
That's my big problem with it. Is like I'm like, oh great, the warring families storyline. Okay,
the faces were nice this episode though.
the faces.
The Hooffields.
Like, also, oh god, the Big Mac model woman girl giving us more excuses to have people have like the huge stallion base for their character design.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as she started talking, I was like, oh no, I can feel our show falling apart again.
Yep, it's
Man.
clutter hooves all over again.
Just our luck.
Oh man.
Oh man, here's me going and destroying the entire premise of Cutie Marks.
Oh shucks. Anyway, so I don't know. It was. I changed my stance on what I said earlier. It definitely was a better episode than last week's episode. I think I would actually want to maybe watch this again at some point in the future, but
I know I don't want to.
yeah.
I probably won't, but that's just because I haven't watched a lot of episodes again ever.
Yeah. I
And
really
I'm
should
fine
watch
with
more.
that. This one stands a lot higher than some episodes, though. A lot higher than a lot of episodes for me.
Yeah. So, this week's episode actually was written by two writers. It was co-written by Joanna Lewis and Christine Sonko. Joanna Lewis.
Were they throwing papers at each other in the writing process?
I hope they did. Actually, that would have been an interesting writing collaboration. Anyway, Joanna Lewis, her previous writing credits include The Fairly Odd Parents and Tough Pony. She has also written for FIM, Castle Sweet Castle, Rarity Investigates, and the Hooffields on McColts. But she's credited for the story of Rarity Investigates, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, either way. And then Christine Sonko also wrote Castle Sweet Castle and Rarity Investigates. So they seem to do a lot of episodes together.
They're such amazing friends. So
Yeah.
they wrote an episode about not being good.
Joanna Lewis and Christine Sonko. Let's see.
Wrote an episode on conflict. Wonder if there was a reason behind that.
And so the premise of this episode is don't lose sight on the things that brought you together. And we gotta stop.
Bin. Castle Sweet Castle is the one where they decorated the castle.
Yeah.
The one where they
Getting back
uprooted.
to it.
The one where they
It's
uprooted the
okay.
corpse of the treehouse.
Yeah.
Here, Twilight, this will make you happy. Here's the corpse of your old home.
Yeah.
You remember
Dripping
you remember when-
freaking dirt from its cold,
You remember when that
dying
giant
roots.
demon from hell showed up and blew up your house?
He's not a demon, he's a manticore. Not a manticore. Wait, no, manticore is a thingamager. Minotaur.
Try to tell me that T-Rex design isn't demon-like.
It's Minotaur-esque.
He's a demon-esque.
He's literally from what I can assume their version of hell.
Yeah.
It's true. Well, he was imprisoned there. I don't think he's from there.
No, I don't judge.
What does that mean?
You can be from hell and be an okay dude.
I don't know. Most of them are just a bunch of
I
fucking
think the
dickbags.
funniest part about that is not the fact that it's like, I don't judge, it's just like, I just got done judging him from his appearance.
You didn't even answer my question. You didn't even like retort to my statement at all. It was complete freaking.
It's because there is no retort. There is no correct answer.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Freaking anything that had to do with the subject.
Well, either way, moving on from that, so anything else you guys wanted to talk about this week's episode?
The bear with like the red hair and the eyebrows on the southerner side.
Yeah, the facial hair and mane styles on both families was very interesting.
No, specifically one Mary I saw in the background a lot. She was really adorable.
You almost said attractive.
I almost said attractive because I meant I'm
Because
having
I want to fuck ponies.
Waifu.
no, not. I just really liked how she had like the really bushy eyebrows and like her hair was a mess because she was from the side who didn't keep main keep thing. I'm having
Had
trouble
features of an attractive pony that you just happen to grow a physical attraction towards.
No, that's not what I'm trying to say at all. I'll have you know, I'm very
Your Jimmy's all in
at
a
this
rundle?
moment. I'm in a very committed.
Wishes to waifu.
Listen, you sons of
Wants
bitches. At
massive
this moment,
amounts
I am
of
in a
fan
very
art?
committed waifu relationship at the moment.
You
Those
love.
monitor lit dinners. You're gonna have some squash for dinner
And-
later.
I have said that in an episode now. I can't take that back. I'm realizing that I can't go back on what I just said.
Way to go! Anyway,
The
and
worst part is, I can't cut it out.
pretty much it's gonna have to be that way from now on. So,
Man, these that pony shows are becoming more of a mess, but man, I'm liking them more and more.
we're really falling into what really makes this show
Honestly, we
shine.
should just turn this into an hour podcast of just talking the shit.
Yeah, we'll do that on the side someday. Anyway, as for this show, though, that's been the Hooffields and McColts. Next week, we have the third to last episode before the season's all wrapped up, and it is called The Main Attraction, written by Amy Keaton Rogers, so it's good to have another good episode in this long stream of episodes that are kind of...
Amy
whatever.
Keaton.
Oh, shut up. She's great. I love her. Anyway,
I don't know how. I don't remember what she was written.
she's written like all the good music
best
songs.
episode of the show.
I was only giving you shit because I don't actually care. I'm not insulting Amy Keaton Rogers at all.
She is
Well, it's her
adorable and
last
precious.
episode for this show.
Aww.
Aww.
You see, now it hurts.
Nah, it's fine. I don't
just
feel
sad.
emotions.
I'm just sad. I really like Amy Keaton Rogers. She's an adorable lady. I think I met her once. Anyway, this has been That Pony Show. We've been talking about the Hooffields and McColts. Episode fucking season 5,
23.
episode 23. My name is Mo5 Thunderbirds. This week I've been joined by,
Betty Bobo.
And smooth sailing.
and we'll see you all next week.